In this wine world of FMCG business, Jayanti Chauhan, Vice Chairperson, Bisleri International, stands out. She is a force to reckon with. Today, in the 6th episode of The Big Bosses, she would be sharing her knowledge on what it takes to carry forward her legacy. Hi Jayanti, an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much
for taking your time today.
Thank you.
Shall we begin?
Yes.
So Jayanti, what it takes to carry forward such a huge legacy?
It takes having a great team who are like-minded people, who understand your vision for the company, who speak and think in a manner where you also understand where they are coming from, the insights that they bring in from their years of working in different companies. So all of that put together is what helps a company move forward with the changing times. If you see now, the people in my office are much younger. I let the youngsters tell me like what is trending right now in order to make a marketing or a sales strategy or any sort of decision, because they are the ones who are doing marvelous things in India at the moment is the youth, and they are the ones setting the trends. So it's very important to hear out from them, and it's also important to have senior management and a good balance of both youth and senior people who have a lot of experience, and then bringing them together and collaborating with each other in order to then achieve the goal that you want to.
And what are your entrepreneurial learnings from your parents?
They worked in very different times, and I have a very different way of working from them. I just do things in my way, and of course in collaboration with the senior directors and our CEO. We sit together, we strategize, we see where things need correction, where things need certain improvements, where new machinery needs to be brought in, where new sales routes have to be placed, where are we lacking in the market, which markets do we identify and then go into. So I have my way of doing things and they had their way of doing things, and therefore even if you see something simple like the ad campaigns of when my father was running things, and then if you see the things that we are coming out with now, and all the collaborations we've done with sports and with movies and fashion, all put together is a very different style. So you can't really compare styles of working because we are our own individual personalities. So it's very hard to kind of answer this question, because I do not want to mimic what somebody else has already done, because the world is different now, and I have realized that the one thing that's constant is change. So you have to keep changing and evolving yourself, evolving your team, your strategies in order to achieve what you have set your mind to achieve.
How do you look at innovation? I am very sure you have to innovate to keep a brand going. You have to keep innovating. So if you can just take us through that, like kind of innovation you bring in.
Well, one simple example would be Vedika, which was actually launched when I was still in high school. I don't know why people always think I'm the one that launched Vedika, but it was already there. You're taking something which is so pure and untouched, and it's embedded with all the goodness that's embedded in it comes from nature. There's nothing that we do to that water or any of the other brands, which I have a lot of respect for, and learn a lot from what they are also doing. So I keep an eye around the world what is happening in order to learn. So he found that spring finally and started Vedika. But I think the mistake that where they went slightly wrong was they kept the color scheme the same as Bisleri. So when I came in, Vedika was not doing so well, and I don't think that the people at that time understood the value of Vedika and what it could do in the market, how it should be positioned, and that it is something that people want. Because Indians travel. Everywhere I go, there are always Indians. So Indians love traveling. They are exposed to all these different products, and I feel like right now the feeling in India is that people want to explore. They want new things. They want to try things. It's quite an exciting time to be working in India. So I saw that Vedika is just lying there, and not much attention was being given to this product. So I decided to take that on as a challenge, because the only way to grow is to make something grow, and you will make mistakes on your way, and that's the best way to learn, when you do something on your own. Because Bisleri was already up there. It's an easier job to sell Bisleri than to sell a brand new product.
You brought in Vedika sparkling water, right?
I did. That I launched. Yes.
That was your reconstruction of the brand.
Yes.
So we spoke about the Vedika brand. So now coming to the carbonated drinks portfolio, just take us through the innovations that you have created there, and also what are your plans for it?
So that we initiated in 2018 or 17, if I'm not mistaken. That was completely my father's idea to launch these brands. And the first few rounds, now as you were asking me about challenges, so the first few rounds, I think the people that were part of the team, because once you get used to selling a certain product, and then a new product comes in which is of a different type, but yet goes to the same market, how do you talk about that product, the new ones that come in? Because you're used to doing this, and you're so used to doing it that it's embedded in you. So now to change your entire frame of thinking, to think in terms of, okay, now this is a new product, it's either orange drink, it's a lemon drink, whatever it may be. How do you change your mindset to make that work? And unfortunately, the previous team was not able to get out of the Bisleri mindset. So how to make Vedika work, how to make the CST brands work. It was a challenge for them to move out of the Bisleri mindset and to also understand how to speak to the youngsters and to speak to the youth of India. Now what has happened is we have gone through a complete change in the company, as you know. We have made it extremely professional in verticals rather than giving each person an area to handle. So it's gone down to verticals. So if you're director of finance, you're director of finance for the entire country, which makes things a lot smoother for us at the head office. So instead of calling each region to find out what's happening, you have all the main people sitting in one place and communicating with the regions around them. In the same way, we hired new salespeople in the team. We got a new director of marketing and sales who is young, who has interesting ideas on how to place a product, how to show the product, how to make people feel connected to the product and want to try it. This has been a great learning lesson, in fact. And we obviously, to take you through the slightly more technical side of things, we spent a lot of time in tasting. There were just days sometimes when we were just consuming all these different products to see how does it taste, is it slightly different from what's already out there in the market. And I'm happy to say each of our products is unique in its own way, and you will not find anything like them in the market today.
What are the expansion plans for all these three portfolio?
We are working non-stop on getting our own manufacturing units in place, very strategically chosen places, and hopefully in the next couple of years those units will be up, and therefore we will be able to expand into many more markets.
Okay, for all these three categories, you're looking at
Everything Bisleri, except for Vedika, of course, Bisleri and CST both. We're setting up new plants around the country, and that will help because when you set up a plant, then you are able to service that entire area with ease, and that plant is under your control.
So in your coming, since we are talking about youth, so youth has a huge transition towards e-commerce.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you could just tell us about that.
What COVID taught us was it's not that difficult to work from home, as now we have all these apps which allow you to have online meetings. So you could be anywhere in the world and still connect with your team, still strategize with them, pick up the phone, have a conversation with them. Emails are being sent back and forth if there's something about graphics or artwork that you need to look at. It was a horrible experience, but it taught us new ways of working. And I would say e-com has really spiked up ever since COVID, because the ease of sitting at home and ordering everything that you need, rather than having to get into the car, then again go out, and maybe the person is tired after a long day at work. So we have launched our Bisleri at Doorstep app during COVID, which of course I will admit was a challenge, as we were not that tech savvy at that point. The app will be relaunching very soon. There are a few tweaks we are making for the ease of the consumer, and ensuring that logistics is also aligned with e-com to ensure timely deliveries, and so that people don't have to call the customer care number. They just can do everything on the app. We've made it very user friendly now, and I'm very excited to have it launch again. And then I want to see the feedback that comes.
When do you plan to launch?
Very soon, matter of weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great.